But anyway, let's get down. Why don't we do some numbers here, guys? This is the fun part, okay, of the night. Run the numbers. Let's run the numbers. We're gonna do just some basic stuff and let you know how exponential growth works. Okay, let me get here. This is my monitor. I love these toys, by the way. This is really sent you a question on a Facebook comment. I got a phone number, but I don't have a name to the phone number. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe I missed Sabria, Joanne, Christy, LinkedIn, Christy, Joseph. I don't think I got the question. Let's see. Sent you a question on Facebook comment 75. I don't want to give your phone number up, but if you just texted me, okay, try to put that comment in there or call me, all right? Or text me your question because I don't see it on LinkedIn, maybe for some reason, or Facebook, excuse me. I don't see your question, the 754 mystery texter. Text me their question. Let me know who you are. If you want to give your name, text it again or call me and let's go on live on it. But while you're doing that, we got 30 minutes left. I'm going to run some numbers for you guys just to show you really high level what I do for businesses and how I can show how any business can grow revenue within just 45 minutes of sitting with me with this awesome software. So exponential growth happens when you increase every part of your business by small increments, right? People always try to swing for the fences on one particular business element, right? I need more sales. And they go crazy training their sales team for days and days and days. And they put them out in the sales floor and they forgot to pay attention to their lead source or lead gen or their marketing or their message, right? Or their compelling offer. They've been spending $20,000 on overcoming objections. And if they had a great compelling offer, they wouldn't need to overcome objections, right? So let's take a look how if you instead play the long game, people, play the long game, pay attention to your whole business, all the different elements. And we're going to show you what that does to your business. So let's, for fun, put in a fake business here. Let's say, and I'm going to show you here what I'm doing here. I'm just taking my little keyboard here and I'm writing in $250,000 for revenue. Okay. Revenue, $250,000. That 250000. Yeah. Let's see down here, got the comma. Yes. All right. So you see down here, $250,000 of revenue, current revenue. Well, you're going to have Anthony. Yep. You're going to have gross profit margin, which means you have costs associated with your revenue. You have cost of goods, which really is what does it cost to build that widget? What does it cost for the elements, the material, the time, the things that are relative to building that unit? Those are cost of goods. And then you've got fixed expenses, and those are like the rent and the insurance and the admin people and the phone bills and things that you would have if you weren't building any widgets. If you sold no widgets, you wouldn't have to spend money on the material because you didn't sell any, but you still have rent, you still have admin costs, you still have insurance costs, you still have the vehicles, that in the fleet, and that kind of stuff. The gas associated with going door to door to deliver that stuff, that's the cost of goods. So you see the difference. Well, let's say that you spend 50% of your revenue on that, the cost of goods and that stuff. And let's say you go home with 20% total. That's what you walk home with. And that's a good number, by the way, 20%. A lot of people love 50%. That's a great number too. Most companies make about 3 to 4%, unfortunately. Also, most companies don't bill $1 million. And I was surprised by that because I've really only dealt with very large contractors and very large contracts. So when I found out that most companies in America don't bill $1 million a year, it made me sad because it's not that hard. It's not hard to bill $1 million. To generate $1 million revenue is not hard today. And we're going to show you how to do it. But let's start with this, a real number, $250,000, 50% gross profit margin, 20% net. That means that's what you're walking home. And let's say we're charging in US dollars. So here are these elements, people. Cutting the cost. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you so you can read it. All right. Cutting the cost, marketing, dominating position, compelling offer, right? Increasing your prices, upselling and cross-selling, bundling, downselling additional products and services, drip campaigns, alliances and joint ventures, more leads, and digital marketing. Let's say these 12 foundational issues, if you paid a little teeny bit of attention to them, most people will say, oh, I could do, if I paid attention, I could really make a difference. 10% across the board, right? 30%. Could you do 3? 1, 2, 3. Who in this audience would be willing to say 3's too much? 3%, right? And not all at once. One thing at a time. Identify the priority. Identify what moves the needle. Identify your cash flow items and move that needle 3%. Okay? If you did that, your 250 would turn in another $96,000 of revenue. And I'm hiding big reveal behind my back right there. That's profit. All right? Remember, the profit before was $50,000. 20% of 250 is 50. Okay, 250 is 50. 20%, so 50,000. You build another $100,000 if you just do 3% across those 12 elements. All of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take. I wish I had a drum roll. I don't have a drum roll, but I'm going to take myself here. And I'm going to go, whoop, 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 bring me down. $50,000 was the original current profit, 20% of 250. But remember, the fixed costs are already covered in that 250. That 250 already covered your fixed cost. All you're paying now is the cost of goods sold, the 50%, remember? So now 50% of any more things that you get or sell is your profit. Your profit goes from 20% to 50%. If you're already making a profit, everything you do extra is pure profit after the cost of goods. So for this example, ladies and gentlemen, a current revenue of 250 by a 3% growth in 12 basic elements gets you $100,000 worth of revenue. But look, you get a $50,000 worth of profit. You double your profits. How's that? Carnival style, right? Remember the tilt-a-whirl? Woo! This is how it gets done. This is how business is done, ladies and gentlemen. Small changes, small incremental changes, purposeful, direct, compelling changes contribute to very large gains in your business. Exponential growth. That's how it works. I'm not going to go too much deeper in that because I got a great question on here, but I'm going to say, woo! Put the fireworks out there. I'm going to, I hope you like that, wet your whistle there. And if anyone wants more, you didn't even see the best part. I could have gone deep dive on that thing to 40 business elements, ladies and gentlemen. 40 business elements. Blows your mind, this exponential growth, okay? I'm going to read this text now, okay?